They hit record just to be safe. The house was supposed to be empty. But when they replayed the footage, everyone went silent. A quiet suburban house stands still under fading evening light, windows dark, rooms untouched, giving no hint that something extraordinary is about to be discovered. The couple unlocks the front door cautiously, laughing nervously. Convinced the place has been empty for months without any sign of life, dust floats through the air as the door creaks open. The silence inside heavier than expected. Pressing against their chests, they step inside slowly, shoes echoing across the wooden floor. Joking softly to calm the strange tension they can't explain, the house smells old and forgotten. Memories clinging to the walls like whispers refusing to leave. One of them pulls out a phone, deciding to record a walkthrough just in case anything feels off later. The camera light flicks on, illuminating a narrow hallway filled with framed photos turned face down. They pause, uneasy, wondering why someone would leave personal belongings behind so deliberately. The living room appears untouched, furniture neatly arranged as if someone left in a hurry and never returned. Curtains swayed gently despite closed windows, making both of them exchange confused glances. They laugh it off, blaming drafts in old houses. Though their voices sound thinner than before, the camera pans across the room slowly, capturing shelves filled with books coated in thick dust. A clock on the wall ticks loudly, the only sound breaking the unsettling quiet. One of them jokes that the house feels like it's waiting for something, then quickly changes the subject. They move toward the kitchen, stepping carefully as floorboards creak beneath their weight. Cabinets hang slightly open, dishes still inside. As if a family vanished mid-routine, the camera zooms in on a handwritten note stuck to the refrigerator, faded and unreadable. Neither of them remembers seeing the note when they first entered. A sudden noise upstairs freezes them both instantly. They stand perfectly still, listening, hearts pounding as silence returns. Nervous laughter follows. Trying to convince themselves it was just the house settling, one of them suggests leaving. But curiosity keeps their feet planted. They slowly climb the stairs, each step heavier than the last. The camera shakes slightly as fear begins replacing excitement. Upstairs, the hallway feels colder, darker, as if the air itself has changed. Doors line the corridor, all closed, all silent. They open the first door, revealing an empty bedroom stripped bare. The second room is the same, nothing but shadows and peeling wallpaper. The third door resists opening, sticking slightly before giving way. Inside, a child's room appears frozen in time. Toys sit neatly arranged, a small bed made carefully, untouched by dust. Both of them stare, stunned, wondering how this room stayed so perfectly preserved. The camera lingers on a stuffed animal sitting upright on the bed. One of them whispers that this doesn't feel right anymore. They decide to leave the room quickly, unsettled by the feeling of being watched as they turn. The camera briefly catches movement near the doorway. Neither of them notices it in the moment. They rush downstairs, nerves fraying, laughter completely gone. The front door suddenly feels farther away than before. Another faint sound echoes from behind them. Like a soft footstep, they stop again, fear tightening their throats. One of them checks the camera screen, scanning the live recording. Nothing appears unusual. Just dark hallways and empty rooms, relieved slightly. They continue toward the door. Outside, night has fallen faster than expected, shadows stretching long across the porch. They lock the door behind them, agreeing the house gives them bad energy. Back in the car, they sit silently, replaying the experience in their minds. One of them suggests reviewing the footage later, just to be safe. Hours pass before curiosity wins, and they finally press play. The video begins normally, showing dusty rooms and nervous jokes. They fast forward, bored at first, until something catches their attention. The camera briefly captures the hallway upstairs again. A shape appears behind them in the child's room doorway. They pause the video instantly, hearts racing. Zooming in, they realize it isn't a shadow. A small figure stands perfectly still, Watching them leave, neither of them remembers seeing anyone in the house. Panic fills the room as they replay. Clip repeatedly. The figure doesn't move, doesn't blink, just stares. One of them whispers that it looks like a child. They check the timestamp, confirming the footage is real and unedited. Goosebumps rise as they notice the stuffed animal. Beside the figure's hand appears, to rest gently on its head. They realize the room wasn't empty after. All fear mixes with sadness as questions begin flooding their minds. Who was the child? And why were they still there? They rewatch the moment again, slower this time. The child's expression looks calm, not threatening. A sense of sorrow fills the room instead of fear. They notice another detail. The child fades slightly. As the camera moves, silence follows as both struggle to understand what they're seeing. One of them suggests calling authorities. Unsure what else to do, they share the video quietly with a trusted friend. The friend reacts instantly, shaken, urging them to report it. Investigators later learn the house once belonged to a family who disappeared years ago. A child was never officially found. The video spreads quietly at first. Shared among locals, people recognize the room from old photos. The stuffed animal matches one reported missing. What began as fear slowly turns into heartbreak. Viewers comment that the child looks peaceful, not lost. Many believe the video captured a presence waiting to be noticed. The couple realizes the house wasn't abandoned. It was holding on to a story never finished. The video reaches millions, sparking global discussion. Some call it impossible. Others call it proof. But everyone agrees on one thing: it feels deeply human. The couple revisits the house later with authorities. This time, the child's room is empty. The stuffed animal is gone. Silence feels lighter now. Less heavy, the house no longer feels forgotten. The video continues circulating. Touching hearts worldwide, people leave flowers outside the house. Messages appear online, offering comfort to a child they never met. The couple watches the video one last time. Fear no longer dominates the memory. Only empathy remains. They realize they didn't capture something terrifying. They captured something longing to be seen, a reminder that not every presence is meant to scare. Some are simply waiting to be remembered.